The next sculpture we come to is Confucius, the great Chinese philosopher. And this sculpture, which is made in bronze resin, is made in fact by a Chinese sculptor called Li Kezar. I have, curiously, a workshop in Beijing, and the reason I have a workshop in Beijing is quite interesting. I was on a political demonstration in London. It was against Brexit, and there were huge crowds marching along. And a friend called me on my phone and asked where I was, and I said I'm walking down the Haymarket, but he was much further back in the crowd, so I said that I would wait for him when I got to Trafalgar Square, and that I would sit on the steps of the National Gallery. As I was sitting there, I saw on one side of me a middle-aged Chinese man, and he turned to me and said, "Madam, may I ask you a question?" And I said yes. And he said, "How old are you?" Now I thought that he would be unable to read a European face and that he would probably think I was just 35. So I said to him, "Why don't you guess?" And then, to my horror, he said, "In your 70s. Well, I was in my 60s, so I was none too pleased. But then I remembered that the Chinese respect older people and wondered if he was trying to flatter me in a particularly Chinese way, because certainly everybody in the United Kingdom knows that if a woman asks you to guess their age, you promptly deduct 5 or 10 years from what you really think. In any case, we became friends, and I told him I was forming a sculpture park and would like some Chinese figures of renown. And he promised to get in touch with me when he returned to Beijing, and he did. And he is the man. His name is Wu Liang Fan. Wu Liang Fan found me the sculptor Li Kezar, who produced this wonderful sculpture of Confucius.